what it is, what it isn't, and a whole table on AIDS, the update. We're not going to go to an AIDS lecture. I'm not teasing you, as some of you I think have mentioned. I mentioned these things and don't go far enough. These are all separate things. This is about melanin, so I'm telling you many of the things that were done. What I'm saying to you now is this government produced AIDS. Many of you already know that. But the reason why they produced AIDS through Helen Lack, and HL was Helen Lack, V was for virus, a black woman who died of cervical cancer in 1951, and they sipped her melanated cancer cells all over, and that's why the AIDS virus had an affinity for melanin. Okay? What they wanted to do was to work on a substance called melanin, and they knew if they could attack melanin, everything else on the planet was susceptible, including the plants, because they produce melanin in the form of green chlorophyll. If you spend enough time in a cave...
The green light that everybody is so amazed at seeing around the earth is nothing but an emanation of our supreme creative essence. This melanin that Delbert Blair is talking about right now is the same colored green light that he just described as chlorophyll, that is the energy permeation through all the plant life on this planet. We as human beings can visualize ourselves in this manifestation as being a flesh that is different than the same flesh that is the vegetation that we should be consuming and ingesting for real sustainment. We shouldn't be eating meat. But now, since we eat meat, a lot of us and everything, we see that as being a property of existence that's greater than being the true existing plants that we are. Our limited senses perceive our total existence in compliance with the foolish rhetoric that we've been taught in the school books of our oppressors. The true reality of who we are is nothing but light. The same light that permeates through plants and make them produce the chlorophyll that he's talking about. Through photosynthesis, it's the same intricate, basic balance of life existence that permeates in us also. So that's what we should be getting our supreme source of life from, is the water that we drink and the sunlight that brings us information plus energy also. And then being composed of the aggregates and everything in the soil, just like he said, our electromagnetic spectrum keeps us all locked into that balance. So someone is on Earth purposely killing life on Earth, and that someone is the person that can never claim to be God, because he's just destroying all of the magnificent melanated stuff that I'm telling you about right now. And that's why you see the green lights everywhere to start fires, because they're killing that's evil off of the planet. So don't look at me as being evil. I know that I'm God because the sun sent me, and the sun is God, whether you want to accept that or not. The melanin he's talking about was created by the sun. When the sun created all the life on the planet, they gave melanin as the chemical medium to animate it, if you will. The melanin chemical is like the brine liquid inside of a battery that the electrical currents need to be pushed through. So all manifestations is like manifestations of containers for the brine. Real simple. And that chemical that's inside of every brine composition is known as melanin. And every manifestation is a manifestation just to house this melanin chemical.
Or in a well or in darkness, and you have melanin, you first will turn ashy, and then you begin to turn greenish blue.
Just like the colors in light.
People with little melanin will turn very pale and ashy and lose the possibility of melanin at all and become very pale or albinos, cut off from the ultraviolet rays of our sun. But what they haven't told you is that Earth has another sun. Do you hear me? Deep inside the Earth is another sun which radiates and energizes plants from underneath, and melanin carries from underneath, so they can do anything they want to one sun. You can go to the other sun, so when they block out the sun soon, all that's going to do is intensify your melanin carrying ability, because the inner Earth sun, which they dare not tell you about, will still take over.
I've told you about it.
Nature, through the Creator first calls pride, does not play, knows full well what she is about, and knows that the order for this little planet has got to change now. AIDS was supposed to take out melanin carriers. AIDS caused your immune system to kick in even further and brought about the very thing that they didn't want. It always works like that.
That's true.
AIDS mutated and began to attack the very thing that they tried to get it not to do, because it met with another strand and strain and began to